This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Welcome to NDTV Hindu. This is Headlines Now. I'm Natasha Doraiswamy and it's all about Anna Hazare and the country chanting his message. Chennai, of course, wasn't to be left out. All the latest coming your way, but first, the headlines. Marina Beach flooded with supporters in celebration for Anna's victory. A human chain takes center stage. Behold the Greater Chennai's Police Commissionerate. We tell you who's in charge and where. How safe is really your drinking water? Water treatment plants raided by the Health Department. Water samples to be analysed. Sparking efforts under Police Commissioner J.K. Tripathy. 665 history cheaters arrested overnight to ensure peaceful Chennai. Pick the Marina Beach clean. Sri Ramachandra University students involved themselves in a clean-up Chennai drive. Well, on to our top story tonight. Anna Hazare's remarkable 13-day hunger strike ended with a glass of water and honey. And yet, the 74-year-old anti-corruption activist managed to address the crowds at Ram Leela Maidan with huge gusto. Now, to quote his shout-out to the masses, he said, "You don't become Anna by wearing the Anna topi. You become Anna by practicing my principles," he said. Here's a visual recap of all that's gone by over the last 12 days.
One of the government's key negotiators, Salman Khurshid, tells NDTV knowing what was going on in Anna's mind was tough, but in hindsight, there are no regrets.
I will not admit that we made any mistake. What decisions you take in the hot seat can sometimes go right, can sometimes go wrong.
It's a victory for the people of India. Over 20,000 people at Ram Leela ground, huge celebrations in Anna's village and elsewhere in the country.
Well, welcome to our special coverage from here at India Gate, where in just under an hour from now, Team Anna has called a kind of a victory rally, as it were, to celebrate what they see as a huge victory, with the Indian Parliament agreeing to look at those three contentious issues in a resolution that was passed yesterday. And already the crowds are building up behind us, and we do expect many more people to come in the next few minutes.
It's being called the beginning of the end of corruption. After almost a fortnight, Anna Hazare ends his fast after Parliament passes the resolution accepting his demands. At about 10:30 this morning, Anna Hazare took coconut water and honey from two little girls in front of thousands of supporters at Ram Leela ground. It's been a roller coaster of a fortnight, with the Anna government standoff going from breakthrough to breakdown. And though Anna Hazare is now at Dr. Naresh Trehan's Medicity for the next 3 days, doctors say he needs close monitoring. Anna says his next mission is to campaign for the right to recall and the right to reject. One of the government's key negotiators, Salman Khurshid, tells NDTV knowing what was going on in Anna's mind was tough, but in hindsight, there are no regrets.
I will not admit that we made any mistake. What decisions you take in the hot seat can sometimes go right, can sometimes...
Well, here in Chennai, celebrations were on for Anna Hazare, supporters distributing sweets and slogans really being chanted across Chennai, backing the anti-corruption fight that has been on for over 12 days now. There was a massive walkathon, as peaceful as the protest has been so far over the last 12 days, and Chennai supporters walked all the way from Haddo's Road to their headquarters on LB Road. And the victory will continue in Chennai with a bike rally that we had played witness to earlier, and along with a human chain across Marina Beach.
The celebrations across Chennai with Anna Hazare ending his fast. I am at a park in the heart of Chennai where activists from India Against Corruption have gathered here, all set to start a victory rally. Anna Hazare has ended his fast. The time for celebration for you?
Yes, it's a time for a partial celebration. Our full victory will be only when the entire Janlokpal bill is passed, and we will not rest until it is there in place.
Finally, the government has listened to the people's voice. It's important they really reflect the pulse of the people?
Yes, we are very happy. At least there is a beginning somewhere, and this is the beginning. So let's we go along with them, and the parliament, the politicians work along with the civil society and get what we want is the best for the country. So we all...
How difficult was it to ensure in Chennai particularly there was no incident of violence?
It was very, very, very difficult because we have to make people understand it is not a violent move and it is a soft move. As it is Chennai, it's very difficult to wake up. And to this extent we have woken up is a significance in itself.
I know it's time for celebration. Many would say this could set a bad precedent that people for everything making a movement like this across the country. How would you look at that?
Bad example. This is democracy. This is the best example you can have. When the government doesn't do its job, what do you expect? The people step in and make the democracy work. That is what true democracy is. This is what the constitution says. We the people. And we the people are making it happen.
And when do you think a stronger Lokpal bill will be a reality?
Actually, although the bill has been passed, it is not end of thing, because we cannot believe these politicians will play a lot of political games further. We will not stop until no government servant takes bribe. They have to be afraid to take bribes. Till we will not stop. This movement will continue till the...
Personally, will you take a pledge that you will never give a bribe?
Yes, I will do, because it's a responsibility of even each and citizen that even the bill is passed, it's individual feel that we have to stop corruption.
And you are prepared to go through any kind of hardship for that?
Yes, I will. And the one thing is, we have to make sure that this is implementing. That's what we want. Thank you.
Certainly celebration in Chennai, and people are cautious that this is not the end, but only a beginning of a long, long journey. In Chennai, by camera person Sukumar, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.
And staying with Chennai's hand in support of Anna Hazare, the Marina Beach saw a carpet of people gather, and not just shouting slogans and distributing sweets to their fellow anti-corruption supporters, but forming a large human chain as well, which was right across the significant length of the beach as a victory march that the Jan Lokpal resolution had been passed in Parliament.
You can see the sense of joy in the people all around. For many people, it is a joy of victory itself. For many people, it is a joy of a relief that Anna Hazare's health is not anymore a matter of concern, that this man who was sacrificing everything about himself for the sake of the country is now going to be all right. For many people, the joy is one of hope, saying that, hey, things will change in society. Personally, for me, it is the happiness that we have crossed the first biggest barrier. The barrier where the politician and the elected representatives so far were completely insensitive and blind to the people's reality. That rude waking up and they're acknowledging, yes, they have been deaf and blind to this reality and accepting that things have to be looked at differently and therefore crossing this barrier. To me, that is a joy.
And Kiran Bedi, an important member of Team Anna, were among the first few to really react to the celebratory message coming across of a anti-corruption victory really. Also spoke of Anna's demands on the topic of electoral reform.
It's really been an incredible movement. There's been a lot of criticism of it. There's been certainly a lot of debate, and it's clear that Team Anna deserves a lot of credit for bringing the issue of corruption to center stage and actually making Parliament do something which many people don't believe they would have done if you hadn't forced this. Two things. What is the road ahead? We heard Anna Hazare talking about electoral reforms being something that he's very interested in focusing on next. So have you already got some kind of program chalked out on that front? And when you look back at the last couple of weeks, do you have any regrets about some of the things that happened, some of the language that was used on both sides, some of the things that it degenerated into? Do you think that certain things could have been done differently when you look back and when you look ahead?
I would answer the second question first. I think next time, if ever we meet the government, we must have some independent minute maker taking the minutes of the meeting, and before we finish the meeting, the minutes must be mutually decided, so that neither party can accuse the other for having twisted the words. I think it will be very fair. Minute the meeting, send us the agenda. I think there could be an independent recorder of the minutes. I think that must be done, and I think that's a good rule to follow. As regards your first question is concerned, we're waiting for Anna to come out of the hospital, be healthy, and then give us the agenda. He's already announced it, that electoral reforms, particularly the right to reject and the right to recall, would be a priority, so that 2014 Parliament gets a cleaner Parliament, a cleaner people with no criminal records or with all kinds of corruption charges against it. We get men and women of character who will be more inclusive in their towards their electorate, rather than looking at vote banks. And so that people, therefore, I think two things we are waiting for Anna. He's already announced it, but once he's healthy and out, then the core group will meet him again and let him announce it and give us the way forward.
And also NDTV's Pallab Bagla talked to Dr. Trehan, who has been observing Anna Hazare's health condition at the moment and all these days as well. Let's listen into him and what he really had to say about Anna's control over his body.
We have with us the man of the moment, Dr. Naresh Trehan, who helped keep Anna Hazare going and monitored his health through his 13-day fast. Dr. Trehan, what do you think kept Anna Hazare going?
His own will, his own Shakti, which he says it describes as Brahmachari Shakti. And he has remarkable control over his body, and he's okay. He's made it.
But does the biology and medical things explain some of what is happening?
Let me explain something to you. I am his physician. I cannot discuss Anna ji beyond a point of giving his health bulletin. It is not my job. It is patient privacy. I have to tell you that, look, he maintained himself. He had some power in him with which he used to regulate his own fluids, and he has been able to maintain his balance. So medical science may not fully understand, but like he explained, it's Brahmachari Shakti, and truly he has managed to live on his own reserves, and he has paid a price for it. He has lost 7.5 kilos.
Very significant statements coming out there from Dr. Trehan about Anna Ji's real health situation at the moment. Well, we're going to a break here on the bulletin, but they say old is gold for a reason. The police commissioner in Greater Chennai's control over crime coming up.